So my assessment to project was on the Palace of Versailles. Of Versailles, still don't know how to pronounce it, probably never will. So the Palace of Versailles is the living place of King Louis. Was the living place of King Louis, sorry. It's located in Versailles, France. It started in 1661 and 1710. And then there's the list of people who helped to build it. The reasoning for so many is that it took multiple incarnations for what they were trying to do. Now, the entire reason of why the castle was built in the first place is to honor the king, honor King Louis the 14th, I believe. That's what the Roman numerals are, and you can see how much bigger it is. If you were to look at it in perspective, it was very very lavish. So how it was built, the primary it primarily started as a building, as just a small wooden hut, a simple hunting lodge, and it eventually became a two-wing building with each wing for the king and queen, respectively. It was made of wood and stone, along with red bricks. The wood was most likely supplied from the surrounding forest, probably using beasts of burden. And where they were getting, and what I mean by the surrounding forest was back in the day, even still to this day, France is still a relatively foresty area. So as they were building the project, they could have probably just taken the wood from cutting down the trees and put it into the project. Project. The stone was probably supplied from a mine as well. I don't know if there's any operational mines still in France, but from back in the day, there probably was. The false work that would have been needed probably would have been the molds for the red brick, and the transportation would have been done by most likely beast of burden, probably horses or horse-drawn carriages. So if it was built in the modern day today, France has a history of not liking monarchy since the French Revolution. So if it were to be built today, it would probably be to symbolize the power of democracy. And furthermore, how they would actually build it is something like this. It's a picture that I pulled from the internet because there are no modern day castles, as castles are not really built because not only are they really expensive, they almost serve like very, very little purpose. If it was built now, it would be built from scratch because originally it was built from a hunting wood. Steel would probably be used a lot more to increase stability because you're going to want it to be bigger. You want it to be more powerful than the monarchy. Transportation would again be done by machines, as those because steel is very heavy, and a lot of steel would probably be needed for this project. The false work would be molds for like the clay that you would use, or even the concrete and scaffolding because of how big the project would eventually become.